All right, we are here, off and running. Episode 3 is a go. Honestly, the fact that we made it to episode 3 is already a good start for me. That's a win in my book.
Agreed.
Because consistency is key.
Big dub. Like Jameis Winston, you gotta eat that W.
I don't even know who that is. I don't think I know who that is.
You don't know that?
I don't think I know who that is.
Look up that video after.
Jameis Winston's
football player.
Yeah, see, I don't watch a lot of sports. It's bad.
We're gonna eat a W.
Oh my god. If anybody's watching this on video, they may
They know exactly what I'm talking about. They'll know exactly.
I mean, I don't think anybody's gonna know. But regardless.
I hope they know.
Just a you thing.
I just say the W.
All right, well, it's a W in all of our books that we got here at episode 3. Hopefully, I think many more to come because, like I said, I've really been enjoying this. Sasha, what do you think? Have you been enjoying this?
I've been having fun. I've been really testing my patience, though, but having a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is a good time. I'm sure we do test your patience.
That was a funny answer. I'm having fun.
I know you're having fun because you got that.
I'm always fun. You have to be happy all the time. If you're not happy all the time, there's no way to live life like that.
You know, I need to adopt.
Wise words.
I need to adopt some of that.
I'm not a big wise words guy. I show it. You know.
Yeah. You show up when it counts.
Right.
That's very true. You are a smiley person and happy personality, and I think it's good that he rubs off on us a little bit. But speaking of that, how was your guys' week? Anything eventful happen? Anything new? Anything fun? Work related? Non-work related? Before we get into the actual meat and potatoes of this episode. What? What? Nothing happened this week to you? You just sat there all day and did nothing?
No, actually, this is crazy. I had a crazy week.
Tell us.
Oh, I'm going to tell everyone.
I want craziness.
Get in on
Okay,
this.
so this might be insane because it was insane to me.
Okay.
But first, work-related. Just had some showings over the weekend. It was a great week.
Not just some. You had a lot.
Yeah, I did have a lot yesterday.
You were buzzing.
I was literally...
Yeah.
I was like really around. Like I've never had showings in that far of places all over in one day. That was wild. But it was good.
And you got it done.
Yeah. Got myself 2 coffees.
Sometimes you need to do sometimes you just got to do what you got to do.
Dude, that's crazy. You got 2 coffees, not 1?
Dude, if I had 2 coffees, I would be leaking.
I had 2 coffees every day.
My hands were shaking.
Dude, I drink like 120 ounces of water and 2 cups of coffee a day. That's probably why I'm like in the bathroom peeing 100 times a day.
Yeah, but the coffee...
I just claim it's a bladder issue.
The water is going to make you pee. The coffee is going to come out the other end. It's going to run right through.
Better out than in. That's what I always say.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh.
All right, but back to Sasha. Continue.
Oh, thanks.
Sorry.
Personal problem.
This is what always happens. We see each other, make eye contact, and then we go...
Should I even be here?
It's like staring at someone at the bar. I'm like, me, you.
All right.
Get me out of here.
We need to focus.
Okay, anyway. Personal thing. So, we drive a lot.
Yeah.
I had to take my car to the shop this week.
Oh, yeah. This was nuts.
This was crazy, guys. So, I had to take my car to the shop regardless. I needed an oil change. But I also was, noticing, a funky smell, coming out of my vents. And I was like, what is that? Maybe there's a leak. I started to look stuff up, and it was there's, a certain liquid. I don't know anything about cars. Anyway.
Neither do I.
Neither do I, so.
They said it could have been, some sort of leak in the engine or something. So I was like, okay, it's a really bad smell. So I didn't turn my vents on at all for, a day or whatever. Then I take it to the shop, and they're like, yeah, there's a dead animal in your car.
What kind of animal was it?
I don't know. They couldn't find it, so I got to take my car in this week.
Wait, they couldn't find it, but they said there was a dead animal?
They said it definitely was a dead animal. It reeked.
Yeah.
It was awful. I turned my vents on again, and I was like, I had to literally get out of my car.
So how long have you been smelling a dead animal for, you think?
Definitely 5 days at least.
That's not healthy to be breathing in that.
No, I've been driving with all 4 windows down.
You were probably high driving from those fumes. I don't know if they get you high, but
my roommate gave me a million air fresheners.
Well, that's probably you're just loading yourself up with chemicals.
Literally
you're gonna be I'm surprised you're not radioactive and glowing right now. Honestly,
I feel like it.
Yeah, well, it's either that or the coffee. One of the two that's making you feel a little loopy. It's one of those 2 things.
Okay, well, that was a personal crazy week for me. I'll get that all squared away this week.
My guess is it's a mouse.
It's got to be a mouse.
If you were driving a Kia Soul, then maybe it was one of the mouse from the...
Oh, yeah, the hamsters.
Is it a hamster?
Yeah, the guinea pigs. Let's get our hamsters right here.
What about you, Gordy?
Yeah.
How was your week? Anything eventful?
Pretty good week. Got some deals done, which is always great. But going off of cars...
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh.
This episode is Gordy's flu game.
This is my flu game. Yeah, today was actually crazy. So I was driving down to the city, and I got rear-ended. Like I went like I was like forward like that, and then I'm like, what just happened? So yeah, I got rear-ended on the highway, and my trunk is all smashed in. But I exchanged insurances like a good boy I am. Talked to the Illinois State Trooper. Shout out the troops.
Yeah.
You know. So we're gonna get it all handled, but yeah.
Cause I was coming down here. I was driving.
I called you actually.
Yeah, and I was driving, and I get a call from Gordy. He goes, "Dude, I just got rear-ended," and he's like, "My head hurts too." I'm like, honestly. Get out on the highway right now and start milking this.
I actually rolled
because
around.
Daddy needs some money.
Yeah.
So let's milk this and get. But Gordy,
I was holding my head. I was a little too honest, but I should have like held my neck, then like my knee.
Yeah, and then just
laid there,
started convulsing.
But the worst part of the whole thing was when you're on 94 going into the city.
Yeah.
And it's stop and go traffic, and you're on the shoulder. It's like it's so stressful. You're trying to not get hit by a car while trying to exchange insurances. And the woman was crying, and I'm like, no crying.
Let's speed it up.
Insurance. I gotta get. And then I went to my showing right after.
And that's what I'm most proud of you about. You didn't skip a beat. Didn't skip a beat. Your neck was hurting.
I'm hurting right now recording. Podcasting's hard.
Yeah, I mean you were traumatized, and you still got to the showing. So I respect that.
Does Jordan shrug?
Yeah. Yep. You did great.
Get him out of here.
I'm very proud of you for that.
How was your week?
Yeah.
It was good. Honestly, nothing too crazy happened. My allergies, though, the weather's super nice. My allergies are acting up. My nose is running like a faucet.
Allergies 1, cap 0.
I probably sound a little different this episode too, but it's all right. I can get through it. Nothing I can't handle. But nothing too eventful this week. Pretty chill week.
Yeah, we just had an eventful week with our cars.
Yeah, you guys had an eventful week with your cars. Thankfully, no car problems right now, but I've had my fair share in the past. Yeah. But
okay.
All right, let's get into the actual meat and potatoes, the bulk of this episode, which is another idea that I was kind of thinking of. Obviously, there's these trends we see all over social media.
Yeah.
Red flags, green flags, beige flags is a new one. I just found out about the beige flag. I didn't know this was a thing. But if you're unfamiliar, I'm going to pass it over to Sasha to do a better job of explaining what these things are, because I don't really know how to properly explain that.
Putting me on the spot here, but
I know, but I definitely am not going to do a better job of explaining it than you.
Yeah, you're going to do the
and
best
Gordy,
job.
I'm not. Again,
I don't even know what.
Gordy doesn't know what
Gordy's
we're doing.
colorblind.
Yeah. I just feel like red light, green light, the game. I didn't know the actual.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, so pretty much green flag, good thing, and like it's a good thing.
Yeah, good quality.
Good quality. Like yeah. I don't know how else to explain that one. Red flag, like, is like a warning, like bad sign. That's a bad sign.
Yeah.
And then beige flag is kind of like in the middle,
Up
like
for debate.
no comment, like a
Or maybe it's
neutral.
Why do they
neutral.
call it beige? Like, why not yellow? Because
it's a neutral color. It's like you're neutral.
We didn't come up with the colors.
No, I'm
This
just
is
curious, like, because like you have green and red, and then you add that yellow, you got a whole light.
You know what? You file your complaint with the people who made this.
Just pointing that out there.
But this is what we're going with, okay?
I'm not on TikTok, so I don't know. I have no clue.
Anyway, so we're gonna take those green flags, beige flags, red flags, and we're gonna
do it with a real estate twist, because typically these are used for like human attributes and like partners and what you're looking for.
I don't like that they judge people like based off flags. Like,
well, that's just what people do. You know what?
You definitely.
Yeah, what are you talking about? You definitely mentally are doing this flag game a lot.
No, everybody's neutral to me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, continue.
So we are going to start off here with living in an apartment above a club or a bar.
Okay, I'm going first on this one.
Okay.
This, I think, goes for preference, which is, I know both of you. I feel like I know what both of you are going to say. But living above a club or a bar or a restaurant, I personally, like at this point in time, wouldn't mind it.
So it's a green flag.
I think it's a green flag for me because, first of all, convenience.
Yeah, after going out, just go downstairs and go out.
Yeah,
I guess.
I don't mind the noise. I can sleep through like everything. So like the noise doesn't really bother me. I mean, we already live in a city, it's a little noisy. So for me, it's like it's like a beige and green. It's not a red flag for me, but I can see why it would be a red flag for most people. So
yeah. I mean, for me, that's
red.
That's a red.
Not happening.
That's about as red as it gets.
Oh yeah, that's a massive red flag.
That's a massive
There's
red
no
flag.
way
There's
I want to live.
But it's also like there's no way I would want to live.
They better give me a discount if I live above.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that the unit will be discounted if you're living above a club or a bar, especially if it's one that's open late.
You'll get to know like the bartenders, the security. But like, why would we want to live there? We don't. I mean, I don't drink. You don't drink.
Yeah,
you're not gonna want to live.
I was thinking food.
Yeah, but bar food.
Bar food?
I mean, like bar food's not like anything.
Like what? Like the peanuts that they put on like the bar top? Like what?
Yeah, I don't know. But this again, it goes
snacks, free snacks.
This is the beauty of this game is that we're gonna have disagreements. We're not all gonna have to agree because not everybody likes the same things.
Okay, next.
You know? Next thing. So I'm pulling it up. I had them listed on my phone here. This is a good one, a little bit controversial. Everybody has their own opinion on this. Garden units, and I think everybody knows what a garden unit is. But if you're not familiar, it's basically like you're living below ground. You're living in essentially like a basement.
Okay, you first.
I think it is a beige flag.
Yeah.
Or potentially a green flag because I am all about being cost efficient, and garden units are the best value you can get.
Yeah.
Typically speaking, you're going to pay a lot less for them. And I know everybody says you don't get a lot of natural light and you're going to turn into a vampire and all these different things. But I think it's well worth it. And not all garden apartments are that dark. You can find garden apartments where they're like not terrible and you just get a way better discount on it and they're not as competitive across the board, especially if you're renting. Price is right to go with the garden unit. Don't overlook it at least.
I you know what? I think like as you kept talking, I was like, okay. Yeah.
I have that effect on people.
Oh.
I just convince them over time.
Oh gosh. But I'd say beige for me. Beige. Like it's not my first choice, obviously.
Yeah.
But like if I don't like work from home, which we don't, like really like
it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm just there to sleep.
True. I mean, yeah. I mean my apartment's very bare bones, so it's all I'm there for is sleeping.
Yeah, go ahead, Gordy. What do you think?
I would say it is a green flag for me.
You were gonna say green light. You're still confused.
All right, green flag for me. In my experience, I found some sweet garden apartments that are like they're massive, they're super spacious. Like living in a basement's cool.
Yeah, I mean.
Also, I think you're paying less money for heat because it's always a little bit colder down there.
Yeah, you're paying less money for heat, and growing up, all I wanted to do was live in my parents'
That's what I was
basement.
saying. All I was thinking about was like playing video games in my basement, hanging out with my friends in the basement.
Yeah. And my parents would never let me.
That's like a
dude
moment.
My parents wouldn't let me live in the basement. They're like, you're never going to come upstairs.
You probably wouldn't.
You wouldn't.
Upstairs,
yeah, you're right.
They're right.
They are right. But like now I can live in a garden apartment, so I'm just going to live in somebody else's
green
basement.
flag. Green as it gets for me.
All right.
I love it.
Love it.
On to numero trace. Let's see here. Oh, this is one about clients, okay?
Oh, no.
And don't get offended if this is you, but your client comes into your car, pick them up for showings, and they say, hey, let me get on aux.
Oh, my God.
Let me get on aux.
It's happened.
I'm not starting
You know who
this
you
one
are.
I'm not starting off.
I'm going to start.
Yeah, you start.
I love it.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's a green flag.
Okay.
So I'm like, first, they're comfortable to do it.
Yeah,
to do that.
True.
Second, I don't have to pick the music because what if they don't like my music?
Yeah.
And then they're like, this chick's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then like, they're comfortable. Makes it easier on me. Green flag for me.
Okay. Gordy, what about you? Because I know how much you value.
Gordy's like, I need my own music.
I know how much you value your own music.
Yeah, I'm a little bit of a control freak when it comes to the aux, but what is it? Beige flag? Yeah, the beige flag. Definitely a beige flag for me. Like I don't mind it depending on the person, but if you're playing like, no offense to the people who like rap music, I'm not a big fan of rap music in my car. I don't like rap music at all.
So now nobody's gonna work with you. That's a Swiftie. That's a Justin Bieber fan.
Or
I should probably stop talking.
Yeah,
honestly.
or a rap music fan. So you're gonna be left
No,
with
rap's
nobody.
cool, bro.
I like all of it.
So you're gonna be left with nobody. That's all right.
I just like playing my own music, like a little
I
country in the
respect
car. Like, people are like, "Oh, I really like this song." I'm like, right.
Yeah, they're lying.
Yeah.
He starts playing Nickelback, and they're like, "What?"
Some people do it.
I would say for me, I would agree with Sasha. I would say green flag.
Yeah.
I like the fact that I don't have to worry about what I'm gonna have to play and then be like, is this cool with them? Is this not cool with them? I mean, some people are really picky about their music types. I take pride in the fact that I have a wide palette of musical choices that I enjoy. I listen to everything. Literally, there's there's not much that I won't listen to. So, and then you never know. Maybe you hear a song that somebody else plays and you're like, dang, this is real good.
If I'm being honest, though, like, I think the majority of the time I drive clients, we're just talking the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, we don't even play the music.
We don't play too much music. Unless I'm with someone who, like, I'm taking them on 5 showings and I'm driving them around, like...
Oh, we're talking all the time.
Well, if it's like someone I know, like...
Maybe they just should tell me to shut up.
No, they like it. What do you, I mean, I feel like on mine, that's probably true. We're talking a lot.
Yeah, talking all the time.
Just building some rapport. Okay, on to the next one.
Getting all my words out for the day.
Yeah.
And I go home and I'm like mute. Like,
your social battery
dead.
off. Love Island on.
That's right.
Okay, let's do this one.
I mean, I know everything.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you know everything. Just like Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez.
All right,
okay, that was the only one.
Zip it. All right. I have the talking stick. All right.
Like Austin Powers.
This kid, I can't take him seriously. All right, living on a main street, like a busy street.
Okay. Cordy, you first.
That's a toughie for me. I'm going to say beige. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. The reason why I say beige is, like, it depends on the street. Like, if you're a big, like, LaSalle, for example. Like, if you lived up, like, I think that's fine. But if it was, like today, like, I was off of Hubbard Street, no shot. Like,
you wouldn't want to.
It's a zoo down there.
Yeah,
it's a complete zoo. So it's hit or miss depending on the street and the location for me.
Yeah.
There you go.
I would say, honestly, I would agree with a beige. I mean, I know it's kind of like a simple, plain answer. It's a beige answer, but I do think, like, it is.
That was awful.
That was like a little...
No, but it is.
It's a beige answer.
It is.
Everyone's
it's a plain answer. It's like very vanilla. How are you going to disagree with that? Because, it depends on the street that you're on. But what I will say is that I think sometimes people do really, like, overplay. They're like, oh, it's a busy street, so I won't even...
Like, overthinking it, overcompensating, all that.
I mean, realistically, it depends on, like, especially if you're living down here and you're not, you don't have a car or something like that. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Personally, I say, like, beige or green.
Yeah.
Like, I used to live off of Halstead a couple years ago. I think that's a huge busy street.
That's very busy.
Like, I didn't mind it. I didn't have a car at the time, so that didn't even pertain to me. I loved it. I could walk downstairs. I can go shopping. I had, like, coffee and food, and, like, it was so, like, fun and accessible and convenient that I really liked that. I would say, like, it's a little loud.
Yeah.
But, like, that doesn't bother me.
But to me, it's like...
But you would live above the nightclub, so it's like...
Yeah, so, like, busy street is nothing, guys.
And if you're moving to a big city, expect it to be
It's going to be busy
loud.
mostly everywhere.
Like, I love when people say that. I mean, it's just like... If you
know where you're going.
If you want quiet, then move to the suburbs.
Exactly.
Like, not to be blunt, but that's the truth. Yeah. Like, you're moving to a big city, you're going to have to deal with ambulances late at night. You're going to have to be dealing with, just trains, construction, and if you're sharing walls with people, that's a roll of the dice.
So
we got neighbors up, down, left, right.
Remember our neighbors when we lived on Lil in Lincoln Park? I think the kids were tap dancing at midnight.
They were like not afraid to, they were just like up at like 6 a.m. just running back and forth.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I would take that broom and I would not. I felt like a grumpy old man, but it was like it was obnoxious.
You are a grumpy old.
I mean, that is kind of.
He's been a grumpy old man for like a long time.
Yeah.
He was born old, like.
Yeah, I was.
You're the Benjamin Button.
Yeah, maybe.
But maybe only old.
Like
you're old. You're born old and stay old.
It's part of who I am.
Yeah.
I love it though.
Part of the personality, I guess. But I'm not that that was a little excessive how loud it was.
That was really bad because it was like super early in the morning or like late at night. You're like, all right.
Yeah, dude, I'm trying to trying to play Call of Duty.
Or like, dude, we're trying to watch The Bachelor.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
look at
Pilot
you.
Pete.
Yeah, we were.
Oh,
we were
you
cultured.
did watch that season.
Shout out Victoria Fuller. I am single.
We're putting that out there.
I'm literally dead right now. That was incredible. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, we got
Get Gordy on The Bachelor.
Yeah,
Bachelorette.
Hashtag Operation Get Gordy. on to
Short
the
King
next.
Gordy
Bachelor?
would totally. Side note: Gordy would probably be like the villain.
You think so?
I got a little
Maybe.
villain in me.
Imagine he'd be like, "How could you be talking to all these other guys?"
Yeah, I think so. I could see that little villain arc.
Why not?
Anyway, go ahead.
All right, this one is very pertinent given today's market. Bidding wars on apartments. Now, I'm going to go off the board here. I'm going to say it's a green flag because here's why I like them. Even if I'm representing the tenant side, it gives me an opportunity. Like, if it's first come, first serve, and they're just like, yeah, the first person who apply gets it. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, it's not bad. I'm not like, it's nice sometimes, but it doesn't give you it's pretty much just like, well, the person who's the quickest is going to get it. There's really no skill involved there as being their agent. You're just kind of like, move fast. Bidding wars, you have to take into account market conditions.
Yeah.
You have to run your comps, and you have to advise your client based on what they're telling you and be like, hey, this is where I think you should go in at. And that's when you really, utilize your expertise.
I'm with you on that. Because I just went through that. So I'm a green flag for that because I think it's good. One, two, I know it sounds crazy, but if the client loses out, I almost think it's a good experience for them to understand, like, hey, we're in a really competitive market. We have to be decisive. We have to be on our game and like ready to just jump on a place, the second you see it. So I'm a big green flag on that. I think it's good.
You're just a big green flag in
He's
general.
always a big green.
You're just a big green flag
Yeah.
guy.
I'm the green giant.
Yeah, you're the
Oh
green
my
giant. Sasha, what say you?
I'd say like beige and green. Like it's not a red flag because like if it's a bidding war, it's a great place.
What color would beige and green be combined?
Yellow.
Oh,
Wow.
so it is a yellow.
So this whole time, you don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe Gordy was right.
All
But
right,
yeah.
whatever. I'd say it's a little bit of both. Just because, like, yes, obviously, like, there's a bidding war for a reason. It's a great unit then, right? Like, a lot of people like it. But then again, yeah, you get to use your expertise, and it's, like, really rewarding, I think, when it pays off. Like, really, really rewarding.
Super rewarding.
But then again, it's, like, tough. It's tough because it happens a ton during, like, leasing season. We pretty much specialize in leasing.
Yeah.
And with that being said, like it happens a lot and like it can get tough.
Yeah.
Because things get crazy, especially like now.
And you feel horrible when your clients
Yes.
lose out on places.
Awful.
Like
it's like a high and like an extremely low.
Yeah.
It
It's
feels
a game of
terrible.
peaks and valleys.
Yeah, and I wonder how I wonder, like, I bet you they don't feel as bad sometimes, like, as we do.
Yeah.
We're more emotionally attached to it than they are.
Yeah.
Which is it's not a bad thing, but it's not a great thing.
Is that green flag, red flag?
What,
Ooh.
being emotionally attached, just across the board,
me.
red. It's got to be red. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, I'm telling you, this is because also I've been doing it a little bit longer than you guys.
Yeah.
Like, I'm less emotionally attached to each deal just because I see that, like, life goes on. Your client, as long as you're doing as best as you can for your client, which I think by and large, 99% of the time they see that we are, they're not going to be like, oh, my client screwed this up, because you didn't. You did the
No.
best you could
Yeah.
based on the knowledge that you had and what
Yeah.
they were giving you. And at the end of the day, if like, you don't want to give somebody bad advice. Like if somebody else's agent wants to give them bad advice and be like, yeah, pay $1,000 a month over asking price, and they do it, like, okay, let them take it. Maybe it's not meant for.
Yeah, true.
At the start, it definitely bugged me, but now it doesn't.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting next hole mentality for my golfers out there.
Get them out of here.
Yeah.
Seriously.
They're gonna love
Now, this is probably going to be our final one here.
Okay.
And it's going to kind of be a 2-for-1. So, agents who never call and only text, and then parlay that with agents who never text and only call.
Okay, I'm going first.
Okay, go for it.
The ones who never call, red flag. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's such a fast-paced market that I cannot wait a couple minutes for a text. I'm sorry. Just call me. It takes 2 seconds. We can get everything done within a call. I think it's a red flag, personally. Ones that only call and don't text, green flag for me. I personally like it. I like to call and text. I think
I'm
both.
double red.
Double red?
Yeah, double red. I think if you only do one or the other.
Yeah, I was
Okay,
about to say.
okay.
It's
I was about to say.
It's just like, I don't know. For sure, it's even further red if they don't call, though. I mean, because
Further red if you don't.
Yeah,
Agreed.
I mean,
Agreed.
Because
Okay.
if you're not calling, there's no way. The problem with texting, and this is what I always try and drilled in from day one. You guys are super good with it now, but like, you cannot convey
Yeah, I was
tone
about-
over
yeah,
text.
I
And-
know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know. This is calling me out. You can't. But
Oh, I was like,
because
wait, what do you
because
mean
of how I know, because of how I text, I don't use
Are you mad at me?
emojis and say, "Oh, KK, this is so great." Okay, why?
I mean, the way you text me, it's like two robots like
Yeah.
first conversing with
Yeah,
each other.
Gordy
the
and
first
I
time ever.
texting is two AI bots.
Yeah.
Literally?
It's two AI
I
chat
couldn't be in a
bots.
conversation with you guys.
Yeah.
Like, well, you guys, you adapt to me. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. Because I need some tone in my texts.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I will
Well, you guys,
spiral.
you helped us to get more like.
Good.
I mean,
I threw one of those emoji little characters in there.
I think we're kind of a lost cause. But yeah, I think that if you don't call and you're an agent, you're doing a disservice to your client, and you're just probably honestly not. I'm gonna just be honest. You're probably not a very good agent. Like, I get there's extenuating circumstances, but like, don't get into this business if you're not gonna pick up
Yeah.
your phone. Like,
Yeah,
if I wanted to wait 4 days for a response, I would have wrote a note, put it in a bottle, threw it in Lake Michigan, and then hope it got to you. I wouldn't have texted or called you.
That was so good.
That was
Yeah.
actually good. I like that.
Yeah. You know, I haven't run into it too often, but when I do run into it, it's like the most like difficult deal to get through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there was one deal I did with an agent that like literally wouldn't call. And if I did get them on the phone, it was like the most vague, very short, and they were very busy the whole
Yeah.
time. So it wasn't like 100% focus on the
like,
call.
We're all busy. That's what.
Yeah.
But it's really difficult to like get this kind of work done through texting or emails.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's a little bit different to other industries for sure.
Absolutely.
Definitely. I still
know?
think you can get it done. I've done deals just strictly through like text.
It's so difficult though.
but
it takes almost like
It takes
10
a little
times
bit
as long.
longer.
You have carpal tunnel by the end of the freaking transaction.
I mean, I have the biggest thumbs in the world, so
That's
it's like
true.
it's the worst thing ever. But like the no calling, when I call an agent just to communicate, like, hey, like what are our next steps? And I can't talk right now. I call again, can't talk right now. I'm like, you must be the busiest man in the world. Like,
Yeah.
you literally. He's the most interesting man in the world.
Yeah. When can you?
Yeah. When can you?
We
talk?
just complain to each other whenever this kind of
Yeah.
like when this
Yeah,
happens.
that's-
But the key is you always just maintain your composure. You
Absolutely.
cannot let the other agent be like,
No.
why aren't you in? It's like, no. Like,
Because at the end of the day, we're representing our clients.
Yeah.
right.
You can't do that. Like
No.
you have to represent that.
'Cause then you're gonna blow
with
the
them
deal.
first. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. You don't
Totally.
want to let your emotions blow. It all comes back full circle. Emotions. Those emotions, man.
Emotional
Emotions.
roller coaster. I'm an emotional.
That's
roller
why we
coaster.
have each other, and you guys get to listen to me all the
Yeah,
time.
that's why our group chat is going 24/7 nonstop.
Dream team forever.
Dream team forever, the Three Musketeers. We're like the
Three Stooges.
that
Three
I
amigos.
was thinking back to what I said earlier in the podcast. We're like the three hamsters from the Kia Soul commercial, and the one of them that died in Sasha's car.
Yeah, rest in peace, that hamster.
I don't. It wasn't a ham. Well, it was definitely a
guinea pig.
rat. It was definitely a rat. So R.I.P. the rat that
R.I.P..
died in Sasha's
We should
car.
name
R.I.P. the rat. Rats stay rats.
Yeah.
Let's bring out the traps. Ho, 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 ho. That was
awful.
good.
So you don't need to listen to rap music.
Please get
because
him
you're-
out of here.
because
I
you're a
like rap music now. I'm actually back in on rap music. Completely.
Yeah, I found
Well,
out
Gor-
he can rap. Sort
Gordy's
of.
back in on rap music. We appreciate you guys listening to episode 3.
This was awesome.
This was
Love
a
it.
great time.
Thank
Great
you guys
time.
for the 50 downloads, by the way. That was really cool.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome. We got 50 downloads and
Yeah.
many more to come.
Yeah.
So
definitely. All
let's
right.
wrap it up here, guys, and enjoy. See you next week.
Love you
See ya.
guys.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.